Hello there, many thanks for joining us on our Friday Business News Report. It's barely 24 hours to Christmas and it's now time to bring you the feature on the show today as we focus on the energy sector. Now, the amount spent in subsidising petrol rose to 1.16 trillion naira between January and November this year, and that's according to the latest data from the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited. The data also revealed that NNPC's remittances to the Federation Accounts Allocation Committee in the 11-month period dropped by 1.78 trillion naira. Now, in this report, the NNPC referred to its subsidy spending as under recovery, as it had repeatedly stated that it had no authorisation by the National Assembly to pay subsidy. Well, joining me now live in our Lagos studio to discuss this and much more, I have Team Lead Platforms Africa, Adeola Yusuf. Thank you very much for joining us and happy holidays.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you so much, Senior.
Our last discussion was around the issue of fuel scarcity, looming fuel scarcity, and then the NNPC's promise of having enough stock this Christmas holidays. We've gone through some cities and we're seeing that we have availability of stock. So the NNPC made good its promise of having enough stock for the holidays. How impressed are you with this move, especially with the fact that we had that fear of looming crisis from the north coming down to the south?
Okay, thank you so much. On this program, we've analyzed possibility or impossibility of having situations in fuel supply. But it's just less than 24 hours to Christmas now, and everyone has seen that, okay, NNPC has made good its promise, and it's a good thing for the company, it's a good thing for the Nigerian government, and as well as a good thing for everyone. We can cast our minds back to what we usually have. At a time like this, before now, you see that what will make you to understand that Christmas is very, very close is queues, or I mean, queues you see filling stations and black marketers having a field day. So it's a good thing. If they have done it wrong and we tongue lash them, if they have done it right, we need to commend them. So NNPC has done a great job in ensuring that everywhere is wet, using their word to ensure that we have a crisis. I mean, full crisis-free Yuletide. But we still want to implore the company, whatsoever magic he has been doing, to ensure that up till now we don't have any issue. It should continue, because from experience, what we have learned, what we have been able to know is that this is the first leg of the issue. When people are traveling out of Lagos, traveling from the city to the hinterland, so when they are returning to
by the new year,
that is another peak period. So the magic they have performed now, they should ensure that they keep performing the magic, so that people that have gone will return safely without any cause for alarm.
And then we also seen increases in the prices of transport fares, airfares as well, but this is not necessarily reflecting on the cost of petrol as we speak today. It still remains within the price band of 162 to 165 naira per litre. But talking about subsidizing petrol now, this volume, about 1.16 trillion naira between January and November this year. We still push the argument that it's not sustainable. We are looking at the fact that the budgets can only afford first half of next year. So we're expecting by half of next year, subsidy regime will come to an end. Looking at the PIA now, its implementation makes it illegal. Do you still have this foresight or this hope that we'll meet that deadline? And what sort of preparation do you think we can have between now and then to ensure that this volume of subsidy is not repeated one more time?
Okay. Analyzing or forecasting what is, how 2022 will look like.
It's a dicey thing.
Truth of the matter is that the major thing that is going to take the center stage and that is going to determine a lot of other variables will be the implementation of Petroleum Industry Act. And a cardinal in that act is outlawing fuel subsidy, ensuring that the government, as a result of law, stop subsidizing the product. Of course, we all know the implication of that. There's going to be a surge I don't want to use the word skyrocketing in the prices of this white product, and definitely it's going to affect everyone. I want to urge the government to make very, very good use of the feeling that people are having now to start orientation and sensitization. If they don't do that, they should expect what they usually face anytime they announce, the backlash.
And we're also having conversations around looking at cushions as well, improvement in our road transport, and also other means of transportation from water to air, train as well, rail services. We need to see an improvement so that reduces the burden we'll likely have on average Nigerians. We're talking about the price band that we're expecting come next year. That's over 330 to 350, thereabouts.
Yeah.
How do you see us sustaining this pinch, especially with this current price band? People are still managing, powering their generators, their businesses, and then their cars. Okay,
truth of the matter is that immediately the subsidy regime, ends, we cannot even determine that this is the price that will buy the product. One of the determinants will just be the prices of the product, of the crude oil at the international market, the freight rate, and so on and so forth. So, truth of the matter is that we should, one thing that is very, very sure is the amount we are buying it today can never be the same.
Let's wrap up our conversation now with the scrutiny we've had for the 2022 budget. Now we're still seeing, we saw the oil benchmark move from $57, which was earlier presented, to $62 per barrel. Do you think this is still conservative or not? We're seeing Omicron also shake up the global oil market space. That's a space we can't necessarily control, external shocks. Now, with the regard of putting it at $62 per barrel from $80, where we saw oil prices trade, say, at about August to October, now it's about $74, $75, $72. Do you still think we're conservative enough to leave it at $62?
Yeah, I think it's better because it's a budget. We shouldn't do it in a way that will have more deficit. It's always good to have a budget surplus than to record a deficit. One thing I need to talk about that is that normally it's unfortunate that as a major producer of crude oil, this is not a cheering news for us, the high price of crude oil, because of the situation we found ourselves. We are the biggest exporter of crude oil, and at the same time we are still the biggest importer of the refined product. I know immediately something where a corrective measure is taken towards this. We will laugh, but as at the time we are talking, higher price of crude oil at the international market is a mixed bag of sentiments for Nigeria.
Yeah. Thank you very much for your time on the show today. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. Happy holidays one more time, and then we hope Nigerians have a safe travel and have easy access to petrol. This is one of the necessary products for this season.
Thank you so much for having me.